Hey guys, Zakk here from MixChecks.com. Today we are continuing our live mixing session of Empires by Radionaut, and we are only using Logic's stock plugins, so no third-party plugins like we would normally do. And today's video, I'm going to show you how to trigger drums in Logic without any, no Slate Trigger 2 or anything like that. It's just triggering drums in Logic and turning acoustic drums into MIDI, and then, blending your samples together. So let's jump right in. Okay, so moving on to the drums. Normally I would just start with the kick and, work my way down, but since this particular series is about stock plugins only in Logic, I'm going to show you how to trigger the drums in Logic, because I would normally just add the Slate trigger to the kick and snare and whatever. I mean, mostly just those two, and call it a day. But since we're going stock only, I'm going to show you how to trigger the kick and snare with Logic. It makes it really easy. They even have built-in sample sounds and stuff like that. So let's work on that first so we can augment them as we go, and as we actually are mixing the kick and snare. And so it's actually super easy. All you do is pick the track you want. You go up to track. You go to replace or double drum track. Then Logic's going to analyze it. And you want to tell this that it's a kick. And then you might have to adjust the threshold, but you can actually see the MIDI that's happening. So Logic just creates a MIDI track with the hits. And I mean, way back in the day, Logic used to call this audio to MIDI. And I was doing this before I had ever had Slate Trigger. So it looks like it is pretty accurate. Okay, so we're happy with that. And we can pick one of these kick samples. And to do that, we can just, let's get a loop going. This looks like a good section right here. Solo this. Oh. Just this one. All right, looks like it's picked some sort of 808 to start off with, but whoops, nope. It's not bad. Okay, so far I like 3, I like 20. That one's good too, 29. Okay. So I like 3, 20, 23, and 29. And there's no reason why we can't use them all. And just kind of get a blend of it to make our kick sound. So I'm going to do this. And then we're just going to duplicate this. All right. So we'll start with this one. You just go into the sampler. For some reason, my Logic library does not show these. Once you hit OK, it doesn't show these kick samples again unless you go in here. Drums and percussion, single drums, kicks, acoustic kicks. So we're going to go 3 for that one. This one will be 20. Boom. This one will be 23. And now I forgot which one I said. Was it 29 or 30? I think it was 30. But watch me be wrong. Okay. Let's see what this one is. Okay. We'll go with that. Even if I'm wrong, I have 3 other kicks to blend in, so it doesn't really matter. And so now we can just get a blend of these, make a bus or a track stack if you're one of the newer Logic people. I just like to keep it simple and old school and do buses for everything. So I'll make a kick bus and then blend it all together. And then, so now for snare, you just do the same thing. Click the snare, go to new, replace or double, and then just change it to snare. Make sure your hits line up. And you know what, real quick, while we're at this, I am actually going to, there was this tom roll track and it had snare in it. So let's see if we can move that snare to the snare track and then do the triggering. All right, so it looks like the break happens right there. So we're going to cut this. Actually, I probably should have this open too. Cut it right there. Cut it right there. Delete this one. Move this to the snare. Okay. Also, while we're at it, this should be a mono track. Okay. Let's find the next one. How many are there? 1, 2, 3. Oh boy. All right. All right. We're going to Command T to cut at the playhead. Command T. Whoop. Might help if I did the right thing. All right. We want the snare drum, not the toms. Okay. Nope. Delete that. Shift drag it up. Editing is always the monotonous part of mixing, but you gotta do it. Unless you have assistant engineers that can do everything for you, but not me. Oh, that one's all snare. This one will be easy. Command T, Command T, and shift drag it up. Okay. Alright, I know there was another one. Oh, that one's all toms. Easy. And we're done. Look at that. Didn't even take that long. Okay, so now let's make our snare double. Okay. Track. Replace our double drum track. Analyzing. And then I don't know if it's going to be able to do those rolls since they're so fast. Let's see if it got them or not. Yeah, we might have to manually draw in those notes, but I can show you that real quick. So let's make sure though. Yeah, it doesn't look like it got him. Okay, but for now, let's just find our sounds first. That one's not that bad, but oh yeah, definitely want that one. I mean, this one has some nice body to it. It might add that. All right, I think we're getting crazy here, but I think I'm going to go with 8, 10, and 12. You got 8 that sounds like a gunshot, and then 10 and 12 can add a little bit more body to it, and then we'll blend it in with our actual snare. So we're going to say doubling, okay. It's on snare drum. Boom. And then we're going to duplicate this 2 times. Option, shift, drag it down, and then, actually I don't even know if I told this the right one. So we're going to go drums and percussion single. Snares this time, acoustic snares, we're going to go 8 is our gunshot snare. And then 10 and 12 to add the low end body to that snare. So snares, acoustic, 10 and 12. 12, 12, 12. Okay. Okay, so now we have our drums triggered, and like I told you on this part, we're going to need to actually manually draw in the notes, because I'm assuming that it did not get this roll right. And also what we can do while we're at it is select them all. And I want them to all be the same velocity, or I want them to all be high velocity, because my actual snare track will handle the the slight dynamics and variance. So we're going to just make these. Drag them all the way up. And if you hold Option Command and then do the velocity tool, or I guess it's just Option since I have my velocity tool on the Command click, but yeah, just hold Option Command, drag it up, and then now they're all the same. And let's go into this roll and see if we can make it happen. All right, so I'm just going to move the playhead, and it'll match it in the piano editor. I'm just going to make sure there's a note for every snare roll hit. So we need another one right here. We're going to make these smaller. Another monotonous part. Well, I guess this one's only if you're using stock plugins in Logic, but okay. All right. And so now I have recreated this roll. And let's move on to the next one. So drag the playhead over, Option drag the MIDI note, drag the playhead over, Option drag. If you need to fine tune it, you can hold Option, then hold Control to do micro adjustments. And boom. Okay, that one's done. Was there one more? Oh, wow. That one's extra long. It looks like it got a lot of these, actually. Good job, doubler in Logic. You're not as bad as we think you are. Ah, where'd it go? So it looks like I just missed this one. Huh. Yep. Okay. So that's done. And then last step in our drum triggering in Logic is going to be doing that same velocity thing to the kick channel. So we want to select all these. Whoop. And we're going to do Option Command, Velocity tool. Okay. And now we are ready to start actually mixing the drums, and I will see you in the next video.